A series of bombs disguised in packages detonated in 3 Austin neighborhoods this month, killing 2 people, injuring several others. The last 2 happened yesterday, just 5 hours apart.
24 hours ago, police were just being called about an explosion at a home on Old Fort Hill Drive. And joining us this morning, APD Chief Manley, who has had a very busy 24 hours. So let's just start with anything new to report over the past 24 hours.
No, what we've worked on overnight is with our federal partners, the blast reconstruction and all the post-blast investigation that takes place. As you can imagine, with an explosion like this, the debris field and the evidence has really spread over quite a distance. And so there's a meticulous process they go through to collect all that evidence. And then we're using the ATF's laboratory to do all of the analysis. What we will work on now is working on any tips that we may receive, looking for any connection between the victims in these incidences so that we can try and understand if there is a motive behind these attacks or if these are random attacks.
What can you tell us about some of these victims? Have you identified, or at least let people know, the next of kin for the 17-year-old who was killed and any of the others who were injured?
Yeah, so we're not releasing the identity of the 17-year-old yet. That may come later on today, and as well as the elderly lady that was injured in the afternoon blast yesterday.
What do her injuries look like? Are they still life-threatening?
She is still in critical condition at the last update I was given, and I will receive another briefing later on this morning, and we'll understand better what her condition is. But we are all hoping and praying that she fully recovers from this.
Sure.
So the Washington Post has reported that there was a man who, I should say, the grandfather of the 17-year-old was friends with the stepdad of the man who was killed back on March 2nd. Have you guys been able to verify that, and have you found that to be anything more than a coincidence, if that's the case?
So that is something that we are going to look into. I'm not sure if the investigators have cleared that lead yet or not, but that's be part of the morning briefing that we have to see if there is any connection there that would be relevant to the investigation.
When we talk about the victims here, and we know the one that on March 2nd, we have a face and we have a name and we can know a little bit about him, the 17-year-old.
Yes.
We have gotten so many reports and tips from viewers. I personally know people who know this family as well. Have you talked to the family? What kind of 17-year-old was this little boy?
You know, we're hearing the exact same things, that this was just an absolutely amazing young man who was on his way to doing great things, you know, for himself and for his community and for a lot of us. So this really is a significant loss to have, you know, not only someone struck down in their childhood really, but someone who was doing so many good things. So we have heard a lot of the same of what you're hearing about what kind of a young man he was.
Yesterday, you had mentioned during one of your many briefings that you gave that you're not even sure at this point if the victims are the intended targets. Have you made any progress down that, trying to figure out, were these just random or accidental?
So that's really going to be the focus. Is there a specific ideology behind these attacks? Is there a specific victimology or a connection between these victims? Because that's really the direction that we need to go to try and understand what's going on here. As we've said, we don't see any indicators or any ideology behind this that makes us believe this is terrorism, but we will not rule that out until we have a reason to, because we don't want to limit our focus on the investigation. And the same with any other motives. We're keeping all options and all motives and all investigation on the table now, because we don't want to rule anything out until we have a reason.
Including that it's all happening on the east side of town as well?
Sure. That's all the similarities that we're looking for to see if any of those give us anything towards a motive or towards a reason behind these attacks.
So obviously, you know, APD has a bomb squad. You have people trained in this kind of stuff. But when we see this string of events that, in one hand, appear to be random, but also appear to be connected, how far kind of outside the scope of what the bomb squad normally would do is an investigation like this?
So the work that's being done isn't necessarily outside the scope of APD's bomb squad, but it would exceed their capacity if we didn't have the assistance from our federal partners at both the FBI and the ATF. So we're fortunate that we have members of our bomb squad that have received a tremendous amount of training in this area, and a lot of this training actually was provided by FBI and ATF. But the sheer capacity challenge would overburden our unit, and that's why we're grateful to have the assistance that we have
When we talk to somebody who is a profiler who studies these kind of explosive devices, they're telling us that it does not appear that this is an amateur who's putting these, what you described as IEDs, together. What are your investigators telling you about the sophistication of these bombs?
The individual or the suspect or suspects that are building these devices, they do have a level of skill. They're putting these bombs together. They're transporting them to their intended locations and then actually delivering them without detonating them either during construction or deployment. And that takes a level of skill, because what we have seen is that when the victims have picked these packages up, they have at that point exploded. So there's a certain level of skill and sophistication that whoever is doing this has. And again, we're hoping that we will, use the evidence that we have to try and track them down based on what we're seeing on all three scenes. That seems to be consistent.
Forgive me if this is a dumb question, but can you get something like fingerprints or DNA or something off of a package like this that's been detonated? Is that possible?
Well, it is possible, and that's the work that the ATF has agreed to do for us, and we're fortunate again to have them participating. And I want to highlight that the level of participation that we are seeing, and then the level of cooperation among those participating, I believe is unprecedented. And every single person that was on that scene yesterday, both scenes, along with those that were with us back on March 2nd, is committed to helping us put an end to these attacks and arresting the individual that's responsible for these.
Because it doesn't happen in Austin. As you were walking up to set this morning, we were just talking about how this is so unusual for our city, and to see that level of cooperation is assuring, is what the governor would say. But when we go to the March 2nd investigation, did that hurt us in the investigation? Because that was classified as first a homicide, then a suspicious investigation, and then go back to a homicide. What is the reason for the back and forth, and did that hinder the investigation at all?
So first of all, it didn't hinder the investigation because nothing slowed down. On the March 2nd, we still had participation from our federal agencies, both the FBI and the ATF. The ATF collected all of the evidence, bringing it to their lab for analysis. So it didn't slow anything down, and it's just a process that our homicide investigators use as far as classifying a case. But the case was still being actively investigated, both by the police department along with our federal partners. So it didn't complicate or slow anything down, but it became obvious yesterday when we had those incidents occur that what we're dealing with here is an apparent pattern, and therefore it was appropriate to classify that back to its original classification.
You put a task force together. Are you putting any kind of tip line together? What can we do right now to make sure that it doesn't happen again?
Absolutely. First of all, to make sure that it doesn't happen again, what we are asking for again is be vigilant. It's not a time to panic, but it's absolutely a time to be vigilant and to pay attention. If you see something that looks suspicious, let the police department know. If you received a package that you were not expecting, if it's sitting on your porch, on your driveway, let us know. Now, if you ordered something from Amazon and you got a shipping notice and you get a package on your front doorstep that is from Amazon and you got a delivery receipt, then you're okay. But if you see something that looks suspicious, something that you weren't expecting, call us. We will respond. We have responded to over 150 incidents already since we put this out, and we will continue to respond because we don't want someone accidentally picking up one of these devices or even touching one of these devices and having another either significant injury or death in our community.
And it's important to know that you said that none of these devices have been shipped through the mail or UPS or anything like that.
That is correct. These are packages that are being left on people's either porch or walkways or driveways. These are not coming through the United States Postal Service. They are not coming through UPS, FedEx, DHL, or any of the other shippers. These are packages that are being left on people's front porches.
Quickly, running short on time, but any change in staffing today or patrols after what happened yesterday?
So we've been fully staffed up based on the large music festival that's in town right now. What we are doing, though, is the officers are just, again, joining the community in that hypervigilance of paying attention for anything they may see. If they see a package sitting out in front of a house as they're on their patrols through the neighborhoods, then our officers are going to stop and they're going to take a look as well.
Okay, before we let you go, and I'm going to ask this one last question. From what you're gathering from your investigators, is this going to happen again? Is this person going to leave another device on a front porch?
So I can't sit here and say whether or not they're going to, but the fact that it's happened 3 times is leading us to the level of preparedness and the level of vigilance we want to see in the community. So I couldn't say that it is or it is not, and that's the importance of why everyone needs to stay aware and call us if there's something that's suspicious.
We appreciate you and all that you do, so thank you so much.
Thank you all this morning.
All right.